Hey everybody, Matt Watson here, Watson Farms. We wanted to show you a little bit about our chicken processing setup. I know this end of the business might make some folks a little squeamish, but we think it's important to still be transparent about our whole process, and the bottom line is we want to limit their stress to one bad day, and hopefully one and only bad day. So that's a little bit of our philosophy, that if we treat the birds right during their life, then we can harvest them with respect as well, and give them the respect they deserve, and then they can go on to to feed folks like you. And so we feel like that is the purpose of a life that's well served, and so we just want to be upfront with that, and so we don't treat the bird's life lightly, and we try to treat them with respect, and allow them to do good for all of us. So anyway, so this is where the killing process starts. These are the kill cones, and so we place the birds in head down in these, and we train whoever's doing this is either me or one of our guys that has been trained extensively in how to render the bird senseless as quick as possible, so they're not feeling any more pain than they have to. But so this is what begins the whole process, and we'll walk inside here and show you. And let me say too, this is a building that was originally purposed for our commercial turkey production, and so this was what we used to call the medication house, and it was as I've talked about on several of our blogs and blog posts and things, the commercial poultry gets sick a lot, so we had a dedicated room just for medicating the drinking water of the turkeys. But as you probably know, we got out of the turkey business in 2020, and so we repurposed this building to a better purpose, we feel like, and that is this is our new processing room that we've used now for a couple years, and we've done some upgrades in the last year or so, and anyway, we'll show you some of our equipment inside here. So they go from the kill cones to the scalder here, and if Kelly on the camera will get a look at the inside there, you can see it's just a tub with a propane burner underneath that dips the birds through the water, and the basket there makes a certain amount of rotations, and then it stops with the birds out of the water, and one of our people will get the birds out of the scalder, and then they go to the plucker here, and we're doing rounds of 8. So we had 8 kill cones. We can put 8 birds in the scalder, and we can put 8 birds in the plucker here, and the plucker will run and toss the birds around, and those rubber fingers will gently pull off the feathers and hopefully avoid ripping the skin of the bird. And so now we have a featherless bird that goes on these tables, and we've got people around the tables that are then eviscerating, and so they're pulling the guts out, separating the livers and the heart, and getting those out of the bird, and yeah, so we're removing the feet, the head, and the tail, and all those things. And then we come to this section over here, and this is basically our quality control rinse out section. So we're rinsing the bird off, we're rinsing the inside, the body cavity out, checking that no organs or anything were missed, and making sure the bird's completely cleaned out, and any pin feathers we're trying to remove, and we may not be 100% on that, so you may find birds that still have 1 or 2 feathers, but we hope to limit it to, you know, very few. So we do our best there, and then we come over to this. This sink basin is our initial chill tank. So we fill this sink up with ice water, and that's where the birds get their initial chill down. And usually it's less than 5 minutes from the time they were killed to the time they go in the initial chill tank. And so then from there they go in one of these barrels that is also has ice water in it, and that's just a secondary. So the sink over here gets more, the water is more pink, and so then this water is clear in the second chill tank. So then we fill up the barrels, and we add barrels as need be, and we have a storage walk-in freezer that's dedicated to ice storage. We like to use plenty of ice, and that way we're getting the birds body temperature down as soon as possible and as fast as possible, and that gives a good quality product that we can feel good about marketing to you guys. So that's from there. Then we'll when a chill barrel is full, we'll put a lid on it, and when we're all done with all the kill to chill process, then all the birds are in the barrel, and usually we aim for around 150 birds in a day, and a crew of 5 people can pretty efficiently get those birds killed and in the chill water, in a few hours. And so it doesn't take a terrible, amount of time for that. But then we have, so as we're putting them in the chill barrels, we are sorting them. So then we have big birds and smaller birds. And so the bigger birds go to the cut-up table. The smaller birds, we just go directly in the bag with them. For whole birds, we have some wholesale accounts that take whole birds. And then, of course, you guys, the end consumer, you guys buy a lot of whole birds from us too. So, but the cut-ups, we rearrange some tables here when it's time to cut up, right after we get everything in the chill barrels, and we go to cutting the birds up into boneless, skinless breasts, leg quarters, wings, and backs. And so we do that process, and that usually takes hour and a half or so to get the number of birds cut up that we need. And then as they're being cut up, we have somebody bagging the parts and putting them in the bag. Then we have somebody running the vacuum machine, which here is one of the machines here. And so we run the vacuum machine that pulls the air out of the bag and vacuum seals them. Then we go down the line here and get them packed, get them labeled, and get them packed in the boxes. And then we weigh the boxes so we can kind of keep track of an average package weight and things like that. And then from there, all the boxes of meat go in a refrigerated truck that we park outside here. And from the refrigerated truck, then when we're all done with cleanup and everything here, later in the day, we go to the walk-in freezer with them, and we leave the boxes open, allow the that 0-degree air to permeate the box really good and get in there and freeze the cuts as quickly as possible. So in a nutshell, that's our process here. And like I say, we can do 150 birds in all those processes. We can be all done usually by about lunchtime, and we start catching the birds. That's from catching them at 6:30 in the morning or so, something like that, to getting the trailer backed up here and doing everything we just talked about. And we can usually be done by about 12 or 12:30 that afternoon. So anyway, if you have any questions about this, you can you can reply to this email. This video will go out in the newsletter, and you can shoot us any questions you have. But we like to be transparent transparent in all of our processes, and this is one one thing that we wanted to show you a little bit about, and you know, show you what we're doing and the steps we take to provide you with a safe, clean, wholesome chicken product that is raised on pasture here on our farm and processed by us under the federal exemption. And so hopefully we're providing you guys with a product your family can enjoy and can feel confident in consuming. So anyway, feel free to reach out to us, check us out online, watsonfarms.com.